A while ago, I took a look at this capture card for the original DS and teased that I bought the new 3DS XL variant as well. And I sat on this for over a year because I was too scared to install this on my personal new 3DS XL because it's the nice Galaxy one and this mod requires a lot of trimming. With the end result of my trimming skills, I am very glad I waited until I bought a new 3DS LL from Japan in my Zen Market video. In general, this is a tough and time-consuming mod. This took me 2 hours to complete, and then another hour to troubleshoot/fix my mistakes. This is far from beginner-friendly. In fact, I don't think it's very friendly at all. Anyway, let's just quickly go over how to install this. You'll start by pretty much unscrewing and unplugging almost everything in the bottom half of the console. The new 3DS XL does not leave a lot of real estate for any hardware mods, so most of this process is just trying to fit this mod inside of the console. Even the ribbon cables for this mod don't have much room to breathe. Once you have the main board out, you'll need to take this corner off of this plastic bracket here. Then before we put the motherboard back down, we need to insert our new ribbon cables into the top and bottom screens. From there, we have to somehow cable manage those ribbons in the very limited space we have left and stick these ends out over the 3DS's slider. Make sure your ribbons are fully inserted and not crooked when you lock those tabs down. It took me several tries to get the bottom screen to work because it's very hard to do with the limited slack we're given. Then you can pretty much screw everything back down and plug most everything back in so we can do some soldering. This is some very small soldering work that even I struggled with. I was so focused on trying to do it right, I forgot to hit record on my microscope for the hard part, but I was able to do it with very little fuss. The only other bit of soldering you need to do is soldering these two wires for the charge port, assuming you would like to charge via the USB-C cable. And I guess technically all of the soldering is optional if you don't care about USB-C charging or capturing the audio output, because all of this soldering is just for the audio, which I'm now realizing you could also capture the audio through the headphone jack like you do with the original DS capture card. Wow, you really don't need to do any soldering for this mod. Interesting. But either way, you still have to do an immense amount of trimming just to fit the dang thing in there. This took me like 30 minutes and it was not fun, nor did it look good. I absolutely hate shell trimming. Next, you'll want to connect the 3 new ribbon cables to our new board, secure it with the screw from the post we had to chop off in our trimming, and then now is when I recommend you do the soldering for these 2 charging wires. From there, you can close it all back up and hopefully everything will work out the first time for you. Like I said earlier, my bottom screen did not work and I ended up accidentally breaking this component on my daughter board when I accidentally put the battery in backwards while troubleshooting. I just bought a new daughter board and swapped the 3DS slider when I fully fixed everything later. Once you have everything installed and fully working, you can download the software and drivers from the website and make sure when you open those things you run as administrator, and make sure the USB-C cable you're using is a data cable and not just a charging cable, or else you will struggle to get this thing running like I did. Honestly, the software isn't the best. It's got a few options for file types and stuff, but I just recommend using something like OBS to record your gameplay. And honestly, that's about all there is to it. It's not like I need to review the button presses of the console or anything. This is just a capture card mod. Seriously, there's really not much to say about this mod. It looks as good as it can. It's not amazing because it only outputs the 3DS's native resolution, but it looks fine, it sounds fine, and it gets the job done. It's not the most fun to install, and it costs $120. $118 if you don't want to get a cable with it. Big discounts there. But if this is something you could really use and the installation process scares you off a bit, Loopy does offer an installation service for $200 in total. And as much as I love doing hardware mods, I would have gladly paid the extra $80 for someone else to do it for me in a much cleaner way than I could ever do. But you know, I'm a YouTuber and I had to do it so you don't have to. There is a solid written tutorial on the 3DS Capture website, but if you'd like to follow along with me and or see more of the capture footage and software stuff, go check out the tutorial I made over on the second channel, Jake64. But that's about it for me. This is a really short one today. So like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. Kill the spider. A little itty bitty guy.